plastic bait, commonly known as just a plastic bait, is any range of plastic-based fishing baits, termed so because of their soft, flexible rubber textures. Now, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to run a bunch of different soft plastics, just see what we can catch. Not too worried about which one performs better than the other, or whatever we did with the swim baits last time. That's not the goal this time. This is just to get out, run a bunch of different baits, have some fun, catch some fish, and just explore and see what the soft plastics can do. So stick with us, and we'll see how things go down the river. This pretty decent little smallmouth. All right, not bad. Oh, he's hooked up good too. There we go. There he is. Nice little smallie. All right, back he goes. And we caught him on the 3-inch paddle tail swim bait. So kind of went up a size in this trip. But there's our first soft plastic that performed today. So let's see what else happens. There's a fish. We got ourselves a little rock bass. We caught him on the 4-inch finesse worm in a natural color. So I think we're gonna try this a little bit longer. This hole of water stretches out here pretty good, and I don't feel like changing up baits right now and missing on this water. So we're gonna continue to fish with this one and see what happens. Fish. And yet again, that's a pretty decent little rock bass. There he is. And he was caught on the 4-inch finesse worm. All right, let's see what else we can get. Fish. All right. Got ourselves here another little smallie. Man, he really ate it. Okay. There he is. And he hit on. Now what I did here was this was a 6-inch U-tail motor oil worm. But what I did was on the body of it, where you still had about this much of it up there, I cut it off to where it would fit better on my smaller, shorter shank jig heads, but you still get all of the action of the U-tail out of it. So this works really good, especially in a river situation or creek situation when your fish that you're targeting are going to be a little smaller. So this works out real good. So give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think a rock bass that small could get that bait in his mouth. There's a little tiny rock bass. And he hit a 4-inch bass colored split tail shad. So actually I think the bait was longer than the fish. Alright, let's see what else we can get. Fish. What we got? I ain't a bad little smallie. There he is. Back he goes. And he also hit the 4-inch split tail shad, so that bait's not doing too bad. Let's make a couple more casts with it. Fish. There's a fish. What we got? Got ourselves a rock bass on the 3-inch paddle tail swim bait. And there he is. Back he goes. Fish. Got a fish. Got ourselves a fly biting me on the neck. Got ourselves a little smallmouth. And caught him on the 3-inch crawl. Which these, I don't fish these much, but it's a decent soft plastic. They do okay. But I thought today, since we were, concentrating on soft plastics, I'd run it a little bit and see what happens. Actually, that's our first fish with it. So we'll fish with it a little bit more, see what happens. So stay tuned. There's a fish. There's a fish, y'all. It don't feel too bad. Let's see what we got. It's not too bad. That is a big old rock bass. Calm down. Man, he is hooked up. There he is. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice rock bass. And he was caught on a 4-inch motor oil glitter worm. So we'll run it a couple more, we'll throw it a couple more casts and see how it does. But so far, I think everything we've thrown's caught a fish, so can't really complain about that. Got a pretty good little fish here. I think we've got a big rock bass. Oh my goodness, what a rock bass. Man, he is really hooked too. Let's get some line. There we go. Back to my old standby, the 2-inch paddle tail. There he is. That's a nice rock bass, y'all. Alright, back he goes. Fish. Look, he feels pretty good too, guys. What we got here? We got another rock bass. There he is, nothing like that last one, but pretty little fish. All right, let's put him back and do it again. And we also caught him on the, if I can catch it here, the 2-inch paddle tail swim bait. Fish. Got fish. We got ourselves a green sunfish. We don't catch many of these. There he is. Back he goes. We caught him on the, it's got a little spider head on it with a double tail trailer that we was just jigging along. So these are made by Cabin Creek. These are cool little baits. I'm not even sure if Cabin Creek's still in business, but it was a little bait manufacturer out of Virginia, I believe they were. But they had some really good baits for a while, and while I could still get my hands on these, I stocked up on them. So these are cool little baits. But let's see how it does on down the river. Got a good fish, guys. Got a nice one. Yep, got a good one. Oh, he's a digging like crazy. Holy cow. There he is. Yeah, boy. Whoa, we're going to have to get the pliers for that one. Well, there he is, y'all. Had to do a little work to get the hook out, but I think he's going to be just fine. It was caught way back on the back of his tongue. So, had to get the hemostats for that. But yeah, I think he's going to do just fine. That's a pretty nice little... Uh-oh, he does have some bleeding. He's bleeding a little bit. Let's hurry up and get him back in the water. That way he's guaranteed to make it. Well, we just got him back in the water, and I think you can tell by the underwater release that he wasn't doing so great. Took a little bit of time to get the hook out of his mouth, and he did have some blood on his gill. So, Lord willing, he'll be okay. He did take off there after a bit, after he was out of sight of the camera. But, hey, unfortunately that happens when you're fishing. So, but still, a pretty good fish. And we had caught him on that Cabin Creek bait I was telling you about. So it did pretty good. So we'll go ahead and run it here a few more times, see if we can catch anything else. So stay tuned. Fish on. What we got? All right, got a sunfish. Also on that Cabin Creek bait we were telling you about. There he is. All right, back he goes. Fish. Hooked up. What we got? Got ourselves a rock bass. Cabin Creek bait. There he is. And back he goes. Alright, we got a little bit of water left here. Got a section of rapids coming up that I'm gonna have to get out of the boat for, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and run this Cabin Creek until we get there. It's about 100 yards or so. So let's see what happens. Fish. Got fish. And we got ourselves a nice little rock bass. And like I said, he's going to be on that the Cabin Creek bait because we're still coming up on that swift water, but I'm finishing up this hole. But there's that little rock bass. Well, y'all, that's all the time we have for today. Had a good trip down the river, run a bunch of different soft plastics. Didn't have one really do much better than the other, but all of them seemed to perform fairly good. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite soft plastic is. And if y'all like what you saw today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time.